The power of words when expressing gratitude. "Sir, I don't know how to thank you," the young man excitedly said to the elder after he had handed him a written appointment for promotion. "Well, that's an odd skill to be lacking," he replied with a serious face. This was a scene in a comedy, so of course the old man's statement was followed by roars of laughter. There's a great lesson to take away from this joke, though, and that's the importance of knowing the right words to use when expressing gratitude to someone. It's a skill that can be learned. Words are a mighty tool that can make or break a relationship, clear or cause confusion, cause or dissolve resentment, so learning how to best use them certainly places you at an advantage. If you did something beautiful for a loved one, and instead of simply saying thanks, they exclaimed, "Thank you, merci, obrigado, gracias," they would in no doubt stir you differently in your soul. Enthusiasm in speech is contagious, and it goes a long way in making it clear that one is indeed thankful. There's more to it than a passionate translation of the word thank you into different languages. If you're conscious of the actual content of your thanksgiving, you are sure to be more effective in it. Here are some of the basic points you can include in your expression of gratitude. Applause. From a simple, "It's so kind of you to do this for me," to a mini speech describing the kindness and other good qualities of the person, applause is one way to melt the heart of the giver and inspire them to continue doing good to you and even other people. The ability to praise is an acquired skill that sets aside personal pride just to please the other person. Doing this takes absolutely nothing from you. Instead, it says you are a confident, secure, and empowered person capable of empowering others also. Say how much they've helped you. As was my custom, I handed a bottle of cooking oil to my cleaning lady after she was done with her work and was ready to head home. This was not her pay, but more like the bonus I was giving her as an extra token of appreciation. I always looked for something to bless these ladies with each time they came to my house. At times, I would look for old clothes or other household items, but mostly I gave them foodstuffs. "Thank you so much," she said, making a bow towards the ground. "How did you know I needed just that? Last night, my daughter was telling me we'd run out of cooking oil." I must say, her mention of how timely my gift was hit a different note in my heart. I felt happier to give knowing that this was something she actually needed. She had a wonderful smile on her face even as she spoke, making this moment extra special. Stay on the positive lane. A man blindfolded his wife and led her to the garage. On opening her eyes, she saw right in front of her the beautiful car she'd been talking about for months. It was the same model to the tiniest detail, but she didn't spring up in jubilation as expected by her husband. Instead, she said, "Wow, thank you, but the color, it's so bright." "It's not bright, it's blue," answered her husband, somewhat annoyed. Just like that, a wonderful moment was murdered by the woman's thanksgiving, quickly followed by a negative comment. Changing the color of the car is not something too difficult. She could have chosen to focus on the fact that she had such a loving and attentive husband who would get her a present so perfect. She could have, after a few weeks or so, got it painted to the less bright color of her choice. Many people, like this lady, don't know how to give thanks without spoiling it by immediately adding a "but" followed by a negative comment. Don't do this, as it's one sure way to nullify your gratitude and cause the other person to feel resentment towards you. Be under no pressure to promise to do something in return for them. Usually when someone does something good for you, it's because they want to. Don't feel like when you thank them, you have to go on and promise to do something for them in return. This can be taken as an insult, or worse, it'll work against you should you forget or take too long to do as you promised. Be at liberty to take favors, surprises, and gifts of different kinds from family and friends without thinking that you always have to repay them. Few people are born exceptionally eloquent in speech, but even they get to learn some tactics as they grow. Give some thought, therefore, to your communication skills and be on an upward path of improvement.